And when I was going, I knew it was a sister city of Norman. And so I told the mayor I was going to be in Italy and that I wanted to visit Arezzo, and so she was very excited, the mayor of Norman. And she set up for me to meet someone from the city there that would show me around and just sort of introduce me to the city. And so we spent a whole day there. We met some of the faculty from the OU in Arezzo program. OU has a campus there. And I left knowing that I wanted to do something, that Norman Arts Council needed to do something with this sister city connection. And so we got back and we kicked around ideas, you know, do we do an artist trip there? Do we send artists to go make art in the countryside, sketch? What do we do? And so the idea never really grew out of that until I understood that Sarah, who started as an intern and became our work study student and our gallery assistant, was going to be studying abroad with OU at their Arezzo campus in the spring of 2014. And so knowing that Sarah was going to have an entire semester over there to really get to know the arts community there is where the idea for the Cultural Connections Exchange began. And so while Sarah was there, she was able to meet local artists, explore local arts spaces, understand the arts community there. And we knew that we wanted her to come back with 3 artists that we could bring here to exhibit in Main Site. And that the second piece of that would be sending 3 artists from Norman to Arezzo to exhibit in a space there.
It really came down to whose art I believed transcended language barriers. So which artists did I think explored different ideas within Italian culture, and not only did that, but did that without needing an explanation of what you were seeing. So the artists each kind of tell a story about different sides of Italian culture that I wasn't really seeing in other artists, or that just didn't leave me as speechless as with these 3 artists. So that for me was kind of what came down to why I chose the artists that I chose.
Yeah. 2 years ago, my little child born, Ada is her name. Well, I changed with her. So I stopped to do art because I need money, and I began to thinking about the rebirth. So I think that all the people, all persons need some kind of rebirth, because if you don't change in your life, you are not completed, no? So you can have in my case, my child was born, and other people change the works because they don't like it. Another change, maybe go away from America in your cases, and go to Europe to change all the concepts of the life. Yeah, there are 2 years that I've been working about my next show, and this is an opportunity for me because, well, Oklahoma gave to me this opportunity to come here and to show who I am. And there is another thing about the rebirth, very important, that I've been here when I was 16 years old in New York, yeah, and you know, when you have 16 years old, you're nothing, and you don't know who you are. And I've been in the Metropolitan Museum, and I see one work about Joseph Beuys, small work, and when I show it, I know that I must to be an artist. So I'm here now in America to say thank you, America, because my one of my dreams come true. No? So it's another rebirth for me. Yeah.
The paper is what I use to explain that the things for me are temporary, so we are temporary. I use the paper for this reason. And I like to use every kind of paper, but almost recycled paper, and old magazine and old newspaper. I start to make dress just because I think when I open the cupboard, I really need what I have. I really need all this stuff. We don't really need. So the only thing that I find to explain this message was the paper. And I also damaged the paper with a fire and with color. So my dress are used. It's a kind of give to them an history and a special atmosphere, but the message is the same. So we don't really need all these kind of things, and we only need to stay together and help the people and dream whatever. But our society right now is too much faster, too much concentrated in work, so I'm trying to stop the time. The city, when we came, was completely different from our city, so we really enjoy and want to discover everything, visit restaurants, visit shops, and meet people, talk with people, and visit museum. And every day is, we discover something, and for us it's amazing. And it's different, so we can't compare. It's another life. We will enjoy this 2 weeks experience, and I hope to come back again.
You know, another piece of it is Norman Arts Council is a 501c3 nonprofit. Yeah. We don't have a huge budget. And so there's a certain amount of creativity that has to go into being able to do something this large scale, this international art exchange for us. So that meant that we had to either find inexpensive art to ship here or artists who could be creative with our space and the types of things that they could physically bring with them on a plane and then finish out here. Yeah. And so we got a little bit of both. We had one artist, Massimiliano Lucetti, who his artwork was shipped here last month. Large scale oil paintings, which sounds incredibly expensive, but there's 9 of them, and he shipped them rolled in a roll, and we've got a very creative way of hanging and displaying those in the gallery. And then Sarah and Enrique both had work that they were able to bring certain pieces with them that are sort of signature ideas from works that they've been doing, but then could really get here, learn about the culture, and flesh out those ideas once they get here with items that they source here, things that they're making here at their 2-week stay, sort of a mini residency here in our gallery.
Artists very much operate on their experiences, so they operate within their known experiences to kind of show others how they see and experience the world around them. So I think that it's important, especially for Norman artists, some of which who may have never gotten out of the borders of Norman, to kind of grow as not only individuals but as artists within their works by traveling, by going to a place that is, you know, similarly in makeup and in size and declared a sister city, so that they have a start point for where they can go forward with their works, just because you know, it will allow them to kind of broaden their view of this world and show more of the world within their pieces. And just individually, it's a very good experience to travel. So.